Hello.
Hello.
It's been a little while
Yes.
since we've last had our podcast. Shall you just get them up to speed real quick?
I don't know what to tell.
I mean, you haven't been feeling good.
Yeah, I haven't been feeling good. And it was more of the tummy stuff. And I have my follow-up appointment this coming Thursday, so that'll be good. But then I also got like sick. So that's probably why my face is all red.
I mean, that's not probably why. That is why.
So that's why my face is all red.
Yeah, she got like a really wicked cold.
Yeah. I'm not having a great
It's probably
couple of
because
months.
the weather here has just been all over the place. Like, it's been like super cold and rainy, and it's like warm the next day, and then it's back to super cold and rainy.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know what's going on.
And I've been aggressively
I feel like
blowing
this
my
was
nose.
like weather that we would get in April, and it's almost like June.
Yeah. I think everything's like a month behind
It's super
as
weird.
far as like the seasons or whatever.
I just hope this isn't like what the summer is heading to be. Just like a rainy, cold summer. Like, oh, I can't. After this winter, like, we need like a nice, warm weather.
Yeah. We actually both got like blood work and stuff done, and our vitamin D is deficient.
Well, I mean, that's
both
because
of
we're
us.
inside all winter long.
I
So
think it's
we gotta
because of where we live.
take a supplement.
Yeah. Madison's here today.
Again. She likes to sit in with our podcast. She's our residential guest.
She's been very needy, very clingy, which is fine with me.
I think it's just because she's so cold. We got her a haircut when we thought it was finally going to start to be warm.
When it was warm for the one day.
And then now it's back to like 40s, and she's like super cold because she's only 3 pounds. She has no like insulation.
Yeah.
So.
That's what she has me for.
So, yeah. So let's get on to our topic for today.
Yes.
We're going to discuss being creative.
Mm-hmm.
And we've coined our little time to be creative corner.
We even hashtagged it.
Yeah, on Instagram, we claimed the hashtag. Whatever that means, I don't really know, but that's more of your realm. I don't really know much of the Instagram stuff.
I claimed it. It's ours. So if you want to participate in Creative Corner, hashtag it, and we'll see it probably.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. So you can tell them about what Creative Corner is.
Madison's like, just pay attention to me.
Okay.
So Creative Corner is something that I think is important for anybody that is a creative. It's just setting aside time where you can do whatever project you want to do for your personal interests. So we've scheduled a few of those time slots into our schedule every week. One's on Wednesday, and then we have another one like on Saturday. And during that time, we just use it to work on whatever we feel like working on. It doesn't have to be for a client. It doesn't have to be for, something that we want to start like promoting or anything like that. It's just anything that we want to do for fun.
Yeah. We haven't done one in a while, and we did it, when was it? Like last week? I think.
Mm-hmm.
And we were just like, we just need to do it. So we just like sat down and had our creative corner and had nothing in mind because we had just come off of finishing up a job, and it was just kind of nice to just kind of like not have anything like scheduled to do, and then just kind of like work on whatever you want to do. So we're just like, okay, what materials do we want to do, and like what do we want to, where do we want to sit, and whatever. And like I was like, I want charcoal. I want pastel. I want to sit on the floor, and I want to draw. So just started kind of drawing randomly and came up with this weird,
Yeah, you
creepy...
came up with some weird woman that had a spider nose.
She kind of looked like an orc.
Then you drew a spider nose on her.
Yeah. She was like an orc with a spider, like spiders crawling out of her face, and then her nose became a spider. And, I don't know.
That's pretty interesting.
Yeah. Sometimes I forget how dark some of my stuff is. I was like, I don't know where that came from, but okay. Maybe I really want to play World of Warcraft. I don't know.
I mean, probably.
Could be that.
Most likely.
So that was fun. I enjoyed that. And then I started drawing a Yorkie and a sombrero.
Because it was Cinco de Mayo. So she wanted to draw her in her Mexican kind of outfit.
But I messed up because I was going to do watercolors, and instead of using watercolor paper, I was just continuing to use like my sketch paper, and then it got all like warped and stupid, and I was like,
Oh
well,
no.
I failed on that. But that's what happens when you like kind of fall out of touch with stuff. But it's nice to just still jump in and experiment and do something you enjoy. It was really relaxing. It was nice.
Yeah, I worked on a little bit of my drawing that I started like a few years ago. That's the thing. Sometimes just things get sidetracked and you kind of lose track of what you're doing. And so I kind of pulled that back out and started kind of dabbling back into that. It's a lot of just black markers. I use like, what are they called? I can't remember the name.
Micro.
Micron.
Micron.
Microns.
Micron.
Micron. They're microns, yeah. So they're like archival ink, and they come in different thicknesses. So I was drawing a scarab and trying to just come up with a design that's pleasing to me. And I realized that I don't really care for some of the stuff that I did in the past, so I might just start a whole new one after this. Because it's like sometimes it's like things change and you're just not happy with what you did. So
Yeah.
I think I would want to do another one after, just to see if I can do better.
Yeah. And I think it's hard to, like, if you're working on something, it's hard to, like, come back to it after a couple of years, or even, like, a couple of days or a couple hours, because you kind of get into the zone, and, like, we kind of talked about this before, but, like, sometimes, like, if you're drawing something, when you pick it up and you start going back to something, like, the touch that you're using on the paper is different, and, like, just, like, it's just different. It just doesn't match what was previously there. And sometimes that's a good thing, but sometimes not so much. You want it to kind of be in the same style. So that can be challenging, but it's still fun to do. It challenges you.
Yeah, I think it's also like some of the stuff that I drew, it's just like I'm not really feeling it anymore. It's like, why did I do that type of thing? And I'm like, I'm just not feeling a lot of the design choices.
Yeah.
I think I've matured in those few years.
Well, that happens. Like your style changes and
Yeah.
things that you
Things I was happy with, I'm not
just
anymore.
evolve.
But the other thing about Creative Corner is it doesn't have to just stay with like drawing or painting or anything like that. We also want to start using that Creative Corner to do like our music stuff too.
Are you caught in my headphones?
stuck.
What are you doing?
She's stuck.
Got her. Sorry, the dog got caught in my headphones.
Yeah, so we want to start using that time to also like dabble in like our music and stuff like that as well. So
Yeah.
I'm super excited for that. I got a lot of things in progress, but I'm still got a lot to learn. Ableton is a beast of a program, and especially coming from like no musical background whatsoever. My musical experience up to like today's date would be, I don't know what grade I was in. I had to be like, I don't know, maybe third, fourth, fifth grade, somewhere around there. And I played the trumpet, and I was horrendous at it. Absolutely awful. And that was the last time I've ever touched an instrument.
The stuff you come up with is pretty great, though.
I wouldn't go that far.
I like it. It's
I
pretty
wouldn't
great.
say great.
I think it's great.
I think it's got a lot of work still.
It definitely evolves, but like even like the pre-evolution of some of your songs, I'm like, oh, I still really liked that, or I still really liked that piece of it.
That's why I save multiple versions, because it's like maybe I'll come back to that and branch off that a different way. Because I don't really know what I'm doing, really. I just kind of pick stuff that sounds good and try to go with it.
Yeah.
And I think the hardest thing I struggle with is coming up with like the actual song structure. Like I can find like things that sound good together, but like putting it together in song form, I think that's gonna take a while to figure out.
Yeah. I like write music very differently, so I don't know. Like I kind of
Oh, Madison.
that woke me up.
Okay, well, okay, maybe you have to just stay in a lap.
She's getting a little feisty.
Easy there, easy.
I
Guess she just wants to be like the star of the show.
She is the star.
What?
She wants to get up there.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Well, this is
It's
taking a
puppy
turn.
ASMR.
This is taking a turn.
My
Okay, I'll pet you.
my style of music writing is very different.
I mean, your genre of music is totally different
Yeah.
too.
Well, I mean, I've dabbled in a lot of different kinds of like types of music. I just prefer like doing acoustic and kind of like folky, poppy kind of music. But like I used to have a grunge band with my brother and our friend and like did a lot of like punk music and played electric guitar and stuff like that, and I haven't done that in a long time. I'd like to get back into that. And I like doing like the experimental stuff, like the stuff with Ableton, and like we were thinking of getting like a looper or something and trying to incorporate like the live instruments into like the program and then seeing how that is. And like
Yeah,
I've
we
been-
don't really know what kind of looper to get though, so if anyone
Yeah.
has a suggestion or anything, let us know.
Yeah, because it's there's so much stuff out there, and like I have a very specific idea of how I want to use it. Like I want to be able to bring the instruments into Ableton, but I also want something that's going to be able to like loop live and like loop your voice and guitar, and have like multiple tracks that you can kind of lay over each
Back.
other.
Whoa,
And
whoa.
I don't
easy.
really know. I don't really know enough about it to invest money in something yet. So I kind of want to do a little bit more research and stuff on that piece of things. But I'd like to kind of get into that because I think that would be pretty cool.
Yeah, I think so too.
And I enjoy that kind of music. And like I feel like my musical style has definitely changed and evolved over the years. And it's like I think that's got to be a constant thing. Like you've always got to kind of try something new.
I think that kind of can go with anything that you're in. Like,
Yeah.
I think it's always good to kind of branch out and try something new. But it's like, it's also tough because some people are very against it. Like, some people, like the fans, like sometimes they just are totally against change. And it's kind of sad because you don't really get to experience like somebody's full, like, potential if you just want to like keep them doing the same thing all the time.
Yeah. Like you kind of get comfortable yourself too within certain things, and then people get used to like that one thing that you're good at or whatever, and then you try to do something totally outside of that realm, and then people are like, wait, what's going on? And I don't know why there's that reaction necessarily. I kind of feel like maybe people are like, oh no, like we're not going to get more of what we already like. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
now it's different and now we're not going to get more of that, which I don't think is always the case, but you know, it is what it is.
I think like
It's a different audience too.
yeah, it's a good like chance to like expand your audience, plus like also just letting somebody just try to kind of figure out like what they're doing. Like that's not like their final thing that they're gonna do. Like they're using that as a stepping stone to get somewhere else. It's like it's just constantly evolving.
Yeah.
It's like maybe you might not like where they're at right now, but if you just support them and let them kind of go through that stage, it's like you might really enjoy what comes out of it at the next stop.
Mhm.
And it's like it wouldn't get there if they don't get the support like in the other parks. They'll be like, oh, well, maybe I just need to go back and do whatever I was doing before.
Yeah. And I kind of like doing things the opposite way too. Like if there's like an artist that I really like and I'm like, wow, like I really like their stuff, I'll always like go back and look at their old stuff and be like, and like a lot of the times it's very different than like their more current music and stuff like that. So it's interesting, but like sometimes I end up liking that stuff more, you know. It's nice to like see how different some of your stuff can become. Even like there was the one day that I was playing music and then like I've gotten on this kick where I used to do like a lot of covers and I write a lot of original music. Like I have a ton of it, but I would always feel like insecure and kind of uncomfortable playing my original stuff because I think people, like especially like when I'm doing like the busking or whatever, like people like to sing along to something that they know.
Yeah,
And
something
then
that's familiar to them.
yeah, something that's familiar. So it's like putting you in this like insecure place to kind of play something original and then something that people are not used to. And
Did it just get really loud?
yeah, what's happening?
I think our computer is doing something weird, so we might have to take a quick break.
What happened?
It just got like super like loud.
Why?
I don't know. Well, and a really weird side note, I was listening to Radiolab today,
Yeah.
and they were talking about that there's little things that come from outer space that have a charge, and they can interact with different electronics and stuff like that.
Okay.
And maybe that's what just happened.
Wow.
Yeah.
Full circle.
Yeah, basically. Because it was an election, and one of the little switches that counts, like inside the computer, the only thing they can think of is that it just got affected by just like stuff coming from outer space.
Oh, it just got really quiet.
I don't know. Well, maybe something else came through and fixed it.
That's so weird. Is it still working?
I don't know.
It's gotta be, right?
It looks like it's still going.
Okay.
This is really weird.
Very strange.
Maybe it's just the volume coming out into our headphones.
It could be. I guess we'll find out in post.
Fun.
But what was I talking about? Oh, like just being insecure about like playing like original songs and original music because you don't know how people are going to take it. And I would always feel insecure because I'd be like, oh, they're here for the covers because they really like how and like when I do a cover, I'm like doing it in a very original way. So it's like a different version of the song that they're not going to get somewhere else. But like I started wanting to try to push like just doing original music, and it's challenging because then they're not coming there for like the songs that they know, and then like you're hoping that they enjoy what they hear and stuff like that. So I've been really kind of like wanting to do that where I'm just doing original music and not doing any more covers. Maybe like one or two, but like I want to focus mainly on like just doing original music. But like when I was like looking into like some of my old stuff, I was like, I wrote that? Like there was like songs where I was just like, I can't believe I wrote that. Like because the way that I write music is like I'll write things like in the moment, and like I would always write things like when I was at like a high state of emotion. So like if I was really depressed or if I was really like happy or I was really upset, like I would pull out my guitar and like I would just write a song. And some of that stuff I was
Going
just
back
like I
over?
don't remember like
Ooh,
even
look at the
putting
frogs.
together. So it was interesting. I was like,
Come in.
that's where I was when I wrote this. And it's like it's kind of strange sometimes when you go back and like look at stuff that you created a while ago and then you're just like, what?
Yeah, like even like stuff like I didn't even create like a while ago. Sometimes just like going back, I'm like, did I really make that?
Yeah.
I was like, I don't think can even like I was like, I don't think I can even do that. Like if I tried to do it again, like I don't think I can.
Yeah. It's just
It's
like
weird.
Yeah, it is really strange because you're just like, how did that happen? Like how did I come up with that? Or whatever. But it's pretty cool because then you're just like, oh,
I did that.
I did that.
I actually did that.
Yeah. But I feel like it kind of puts pressure on too, because then you're just like, can I recreate it if I need to,
Yeah.
or can I top it? Can I get better? But I feel like if you kind of focus more on the creative piece and like more on the process and stuff like that, then that's the important thing, and that's the thing that you got to continue to carry with you. So
I think that's what Creative Corner is for. It's for practicing and getting better at your craft while working on stuff that you want to work on for yourself. Oh, here she goes again.
yeah,
Careful. You have to. Oh. Okay.
she's shaking it.
Thanks. I'm sure everybody wanted to hear that.
But yeah, like I think like with the Creative Corner stuff,
Oh, thank you.
it's nice because it's like the pressure's off and like you can just kind of like do what you want to do without any like
Any
end
pressure.
goal. Yeah, any pressure, any end goal.
Get to experiment with different stuff.
Just kind of do your thing and stuff.
I
So.
want to do something that I know you won't want to do.
What?
I would like one time in Creative Corner to experiment with a small acrylic pour.
Oh God, no. Is this thing on? I just want to make sure that it's actually recording. Because it sounds really quiet. Doesn't it sound like a lot quieter than when we started?
I don't know, that's something that's weird.
Hello?
Hello.
Yeah, it's on. Okay, thank you.
It's on.
It's on.
She doesn't like acrylic pours, but I think
It's such a waste of paint.
I would do a small one. I just want to try it.
It's such a waste of paint.
I know. That's why I said I would do a small one.
I don't care for it.
Maybe it's something that I would love.
It probably will be something that you love, and then we'll have no more paint.
Well, sorry. I think we have a Michael's gift card somewhere.
No, we need that for like actual stuff.
Okay. Well, I'll just do a small one. It'll be like this big.
What's the point of doing that then?
Just so I can experiment. That's all I want to do is just try it once.
I really don't care for it. Like,
I know.
I don't know.
Maybe if you try it, you will love it.
Maybe.
It should be like, this is the best thing ever.
No.
I remember when I was back in one of my art classes in, I think it was high school, we just basically for our our paintings, we did the thing where you just like put paint on the end of the brush and just like flick it at
Yeah,
the
we
thing.
did that.
Like, that's like what we did for like every painting for like the school year.
I like doing abstract paintings. Like the one behind us is one that I did that was abstract, but like I feel like those take a little bit more skill
I
and
mean, we
planning
were
and
just-
layering and colors and like it's more thoughtful than
We didn't do it thoughtfully. We just did it for fun.
Yeah.
Just like every painting was like that.
I don't know. I feel like painting is like a very spiritual experience for me.
I made a painting once that was really good, and that was the last time it'll ever happen. I'm not good at painting.
I think you are good at painting. I
I'm
think
not.
you just don't do it often enough.
I cannot do a realistic painting. I mean, that's just not my style.
You don't have to have that as like a... I kind of do like a surreal... Like I can do semi-realistic. But I think I like the abstract and I like playing with like light and dark and colors and shadows and contrast and stuff. I think that stuff is so interesting and it evokes a lot of feeling. So that's what I really like about it. And like, I'm just like kind of like looking at like some of the stuff in the room that we've made and stuff. And like, there's just like things that I really like making. Like I like things that are very like hands-on and working with like different materials and different kinds of media and things that don't normally go together and like contrast them together and stuff like that. It's pretty cool.
I like working at what? There's something really wrong, and hopefully it doesn't go through the actual podcast because that'd be really annoying. But the volume just got super loud again.
It's very strange.
I don't know what's happening.
I don't know what's happening either.
Is it automated? Did we automate something?
I don't think
So the volume goes up and down?
I don't know.
I don't
guess,
think you can do that in iMovie. That's more of an Ableton thing.
Hopefully, like, it's not affecting, like, what the actual sound
We'll
sounds
just have
like.
to compensate and like curve it down.
Yeah,
if it
curve
peaks.
it down and up. It's really distracting, though.
It is.
Because then all of a sudden, like, it gets real loud, and then it gets real quiet, and then it gets real loud. It's so weird.
Oh no. She's coming over to you.
Hi, Moosh.
But I think that I forgot what I was talking about before we got distracted by the volume again. What was I saying?
I was talking about materials.
Oh, I was gonna say that I don't remember.
Something about materials. I was talking about materials and then how I like things that don't go together and like different colors and materials and contrast, being hands-on with stuff, and then you started saying something.
Yes, I did. I'm trying to remember what I was saying. I don't really know what I was gonna say, so I'll just start something new. I don't know what to talk about.
Well, what else do you like to do as far as being creative? It's a creative corner. Oh my goodness.
Well, as far as Creative Corner goes, I think that
Oh my god.
is it getting louder?
No, I don't think so.
Oh.
Look at his face. If anybody is watching the podcast, look at my cute, cute dog.
Anybody that's not watching, there's a 3-pound Yorkie standing on her hind legs with her tongue flicking in and out, wearing flamingos.
She's so cute.
3-pound Yorkie. So small. So we verified during this time where the clip kind of automatically stops to check the audio, and it's just doing whatever it wants, basically.
It's like getting quieter and louder for no reason.
Yeah. So I don't know why.
It's cool. It's the first time that's happened. But I
Yep.
feel like every time we sit down to do something
Yeah, something else happens where
Something
it makes it
happens.
very difficult to do what we want to do.
yeah.
It's like there's always something that happens.
Eventually we'll get to a place where we can just kind of
Yeah.
sit down and do it, but right now that's not happening.
No, because with the Queen, it was like the whole thing was out of focus. That video.
Yeah.
Ugh.
We've been having some struggles lately. It's like
And then
one
the-
step forward and 10 steps back.
yeah, then at one of the nature park ones, like the microphone, like the dead cat was loose, so it was like vibrating, like, because I was like, can't hold it like super steady.
Yeah.
It just picks up any little vibration. So there's always something to look out for.
Struggle. The struggle is real.
But
It's okay.
back to Creative Corner.
Yes.
Yes.
I think Creative Corner makes it bearable when you're trying to like do something that like a creative endeavor, and then you have like all of those like things, those like little hang-ups and those mistakes and those like learning curves and stuff like that, and then like you can just kind of stop, and then you can be like, you know what, I don't want to deal with any of the like intricacies of this, I just want to make something.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like okay.
Kind of like a vacation. Mm-hmm. It's like no worries, no pressures. It's just a night just kind of to relax and work on stuff.
Yeah. It's pretty nice. I think we have to do it more often and more consistently, though.
Yeah, but there's always things that come up and kind of throw off our schedule.
Yeah.
That's the thing is, like, as much as you try to schedule things, it's just, like, never really wants to work that way.
Yeah. We've been trying really hard, but there's just, like, so much stuff going on. Hi,
Oh,
Cat.
I think the cat is lonely now.
Oh,
She has to be featured in the next podcast.
yeah.
Sorry, Madison, we have to swap.
She can still be in it.
I don't know if they'll get along.
She got eye bugs. Get that out of your eye. There you go.
So,
Yeah, there's always something. Like, it was like me not feeling good, and then I got a really crappy cold, and like family obligations and stuff with the house, and Stuff with the
Work
babies, the fur babies.
and work.
This one's got to get a dental cleaning.
Oh, yeah, she has to get her booster shot too.
Oh yeah, her booster,
In a couple weeks, she gets a booster shot for her vaccination.
her lepto.
And then she has to get some, what is this, some tartar buildup removed from her teeth.
Her tiny, tiny teeth.
But other than that, she's still kicking.
She's doing good.
Pretty healthy. Just had a blood lab and everything like that.
It kind of scared me because they were like, oh, like she could have this and she could have that. And we recommend you get her blood work done because she's a senior dog now.
Whenever you have a senior pet, you have to get their blood work done.
Yeah.
Because the stuff can creep up and you want to catch it.
Yeah. Like they were like listing all these things that it could potentially be. And I was like, oh, God, no. And then she called me. She's like, I got her blood work back. It's perfect. I'm like, yes, thank you. That's the last thing I can deal with right now. I cannot.
Her blood work is better than our blood work. Yeah.
She's got to worry about us.
Yeah.
Not the other way
You gotta
around.
keep us alive, Madison.
Yep.
But I think it's a good thing to kind of work on, though, and kind of prioritize too. I think it's something that should be prioritized because it does give you that break and kind of gets you back to doing stuff that you enjoy.
Yeah.
I mean, even though a lot of stuff we enjoy it, but it's like a totally different level. Like there's, like you were saying, there's no pressure or anything like that. It's kind
Yeah.
of just no worrying about setting up gear and setting up a camera and
you're not producing like an end product for anybody but yourself,
Yeah.
which is kind of cool.
Yeah, I mean, maybe one day it could be an end product for somebody, like depending
Yeah.
on what it is, but it's not intended
It's not
to
intended
be.
for it, yeah. We were kind of talking about it too, and like some of the endeavors we want to get into is like doing more streaming and stuff like that and whatever. And like eventually what we would like to do, and I don't know how we're going to get to that point because we still have problems even with volume and whatever. But
It seems to have evened out, just too loud.
yeah. Just like we're done playing around now, we're just loud. But what we would like to do is kind of get some like cameras like static set up and then just record like while we're doing Creative Corner and stuff and then just stream that because I
Or
like
just
watching that stuff on
upload
Twitch.
a video after.
That too. But I like watching that stuff on Twitch when you can see somebody like doing a piece of work from like beginning to end and whatever. And like we're going to be doing it anyway. So like we can always stream it or whatever. So those would be cool things to do because then I think what we want to do is like still feel like we're doing something and we're putting stuff out there, but still putting in the time to like just chill and like do the actual creative stuff that we want to do. It's hard, like you were saying, we got to prioritize it, but it's hard to do that because it feels like you're just doing something selfish for yourself and then you're like, I should be doing something productive.
It is productive in the long run.
It is, but it's hard to like
Justify it.
yeah, for sure. So like I feel like if you kind of it's like, well, I'm going to do this, but I'm going to stream it, then it like kind of balances itself out a little.
But sometimes you don't even want to do that, though. You just want to do it for yourself.
Yeah, true. So, I don't know. We'll see how it goes. But it was a good time, and we just got to do it more often.
Yes.
So, hashtag Creative Corner.
On Instagram. I mean, I guess you could
And Twitter.
hashtag it on Twitter, too.
I did it on Twitter, too. Because you can always share, like, photos and whatnot. So, it's pretty cool. It's good stuff. So, if you guys do something creative and you want us to see it, hashtag Creative Corner. And then give you
Well, check it out.
a shout out. Yeah. I don't know.
Do they do retweets on Instagram?
I think you can like share it. They're changing some stuff on Instagram. I've heard.
Oh.
They're getting rid of like
Madison, where are you going?
I think they're getting rid of likes and they're getting rid of I don't know if they're getting rid of like I'm not sure exactly what it is, but I heard like they're getting rid of likes because they don't want people, because it can be faked and stuff like that, and they don't want the fake accounts and the fake like
All the
following and
bots.
yeah, all of that stuff.
Come
So I
down.
think they're like limiting it to
down.
comments or something, but I don't know what
I mean,
exactly is going with that, but that could
Comments
be
can
botted too. So
faked.
yeah. I don't know. We'll see what they do. I was reading some stuff about it and I was like, okay, whatever. We'll see what happens.
I don't know.
What comes of that, but
I don't know. Madison doesn't know either.
everything's always in flux.
Oh yeah, it's always changing. So, yeah. I think that covers about everything this week, right, Madison?
I think so.
I've been super distracted this whole episode. She's been over here, and I can't help it.
She's just so cute.
She's like, just pat me. You don't need to do a podcast. Just pat me. Okay.
But we did it. We did our podcast, and we've been kind of slacking because we've had some other stuff going on. So hopefully
Yeah.
that's kind of the tail end of some of the drama and distractions, and we'll get back on track.
Yeah.
I don't know. We've been kind of talking about like revamping a schedule and stuff like that again to see like
What makes sense?
what makes sense, what's more feasible, what's more doable, so that we can be consistent with it. So once we figure it out, we'll let everybody else
Yeah,
know.
I mean, there might not be any change,
Maybe not,
but,
but
just something we have to discuss and
figure out.
figure out. Ooh, watch your head. Is that your head? Don't do that.
She has her head on everything.
ASMR head dog.
Head dog.
That was the wrong order. ASMR dog headbutting. That's what I was trying to say.
Okay,
It's close.
sure.
So close. I might have it be.
Oh my god.
I might be having a stroke or something.
Oh,
Oh,
no.
God. Help me, Madison.
Oh no.
I think I'm just tired.
Yeah. It's been a long day.
It's been a long week and it's only Tuesday.
On a Tuesday. So, I guess that's about it, huh?
Yeah, I think so.
I think it's time for me to take some NyQuil
Yeah, you gotta
and
fight this off a little bit more.
fix my face a little.
And it's time for us to edit. Yay! Yay!
Yay.
Alright. So, you want to close us out, Madison? She's like, what?
She's like, I didn't sign up for this.
You gotta do the closing. Come on. You gotta ask the people. Okay.
That was really good.
Oh.
She's like, give us a like, give us a like. Follow us on stuff.
Subscribe to us on stuff.
Subscribe to us on stuff.
This is so generic. Just like or subscribe or just do
Like,
stuff.
comment, subscribe, ring the bell. What else?
I don't know what else there is.
Follow us on all the platforms on a Tuesday.
No, it's actually gonna be a Wednesday.
On a Wednesday.
You know. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is getting a little weird at the end. So I think we just gotta go before people hate us.
Yeah. Okay. Well, until next time, may your artistry always be unbounded.
Unbounded.
Bye.
Bye. Say goodbye, Madison. I don't want to turn you around. You're gonna like go head first in the microphone.
She goes, goodbye. Okay. She's
Goodbye.
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 she's straddling my arm. Look at this.
She's a snake.
She's arm candy.
She's a snake.
She's arm candy.
You're a snake.
Say goodbye. Goodbye.
All right.
On a Tuesday.